property prices across the country continue to decline. So what impact are townhouses and apartments having on the property market? We're here to tell us more is Property Apprentice owner and financial advisor Debbie Roberts. Hello Debbie, nice to see you.
Thank you for having me.
What is happening in terms of prices for apartments in particular?
Well, I've looked up some stats, so I wanted to see, and I've written them down because my memory's terrible. So yeah, when we look at the number of building consents for new dwellings that have been issued, building consents increased by about 10% on average per year since January 2011. So apartments have increased by about 14% a year, and townhouses, so new townhouses, increased by about 33% a year. So what we've got now is that apartments, the percentage of all building consents hasn't really changed much over time, but townhouses, in 2013 there were 8% of all building consents for new dwellings were for townhouses. Up to 2022, guess what it was? From 8% up to 42%.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
huge.
A significant increase. So there's a reason why, you drive around Auckland and it seems like there's new townhouses everywhere, because there is.
Is it a glut?
I don't think there's an oversupply, no, because we've got positive net migration coming in as well. So, the borders are all opening up again. So there's different opportunities. In the apartment market, there's a lot of apartments that are townhouses that are on the market. So I looked up this as well on Trade Me. Across the country, we've got 1,416 townhouses currently for sale, brand new ones on Trade Me, and 319 new build apartments. So there's less apartments available. The apartment market in Auckland particularly is really starting to pick up because we've got more tourists and students coming back into New Zealand. So the apartments are going back onto things like Airbnb, so there's more demand for rental properties.
So are investors keen, and does that mean that they're holding their value?
Yeah, so investors are starting to step back into the market in the apartment area. When it comes to townhouses, the rental returns in townhouses is awful. So great opportunity for home buyers though, because there's there's a lot of townhouses on the market for sale, obviously.
So the long and the short of it, if you're an investor or you're looking to become an investor in property, the Auckland apartment market is looking pretty good because you've got a limited supply compared to townhouses, and you've also got, as you say, Airbnbs going back to being Airbnbs. You've got students coming in, so there's a reduction in supply and there's also an increased demand for rentals.
Yeah, and I mean, apartments aren't right for everyone when it comes to investment properties. So, there are a few extra things that you need to be aware of, but it's certainly, the sort of the epitome of counter-cyclical investing, you might say. While everything else is trending downwards, apartments are starting to pick up.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So, if you've got one, you're lucky enough to have one, hold on to it because it looks. But also, although not great news for renters, that rental prices then increasing.
Rents are starting to increase, yeah. So with townhouses, we're starting to see some motivated vendors in townhouses, not necessarily brand new, but the ones that purchased because of the tax advantages of new build townhouses. Now that interest rates are increasing, a lot of people are realising that that's really costing them a fortune. So,
Property Apprentice owner and financial advisor Debbie Roberts, thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, and thanks to our partners, Property Apprentice.